She had it all: charm, beauty, and attention. But what if the same allure that brought her to the top also pulls her into the darkness? Tonight, Zamani is about to discover that some doors are better left unopened. How far will she go before she realizes it's too late?
In Ngoma village, life flowed slowly like a calm river. The men became farmers, fishermen, or carpenters, just like their fathers, while the girls would marry young after finishing secondary school, dedicating themselves to cooking and caring for their children. University was merely a distant dream for the villagers. Education ended after secondary school, and that was deemed sufficient. Parents were content as long as their children could read and write. They never asked for more, as they didn't know more. Life in Ngoma was steady and unchanging, like the sun that rose and set each day. This is how it had always been, with no signs of change. But there was a silent transformation brewing on the horizon, a storm that would alter their lives forever. One morning, Ngoma village was filled with an unusual excitement. From afar, a group of city students had come for a visit. With their cheerful laughter, stylish clothes, and shiny shoes, they were a sight the villagers had never seen before. The students walked with books in hand, talking about life in the city. They spoke of large machines that built houses, made farming easier, and facilitated education. The villagers listened wide-eyed. Even the village chief, leaning on his cane, watched the students with amazement. Our children should be like them, he thought to himself. For the first time, the villagers began to consider sending their children to the city for university education. The students' short visit planted a new seed of hope among the villagers, sending their children beyond the village, beyond secondary school, to greater heights. The villagers gathered under the large I.O. tree. The women whispered among themselves, the men stroked their beards, and the children listened with wide eyes. They all agreed that one child should be sent to the city, but who would it be? One of them spoke up. It should be Zamani. Zamani was known as an exceptional young girl, intelligent, cheerful, and helpful. The villagers immediately agreed. Zamani would be the pride of Ngoma. The villagers prepared food, a small amount of money, and blessings for Zamani's journey. The elderly women placed their hands on her head, praying for courage and protection. "Remember us. Be a child we can be proud of," they said. With her small bag and big dreams, Zamani set out on her journey. When she arrived in the city, she felt lost among the tall buildings, fast cars, and crowded streets. Studying was challenging, and city life was even harder. The money sent from the village was limited, and Zamani often went to bed hungry. Yet she never lost hope. She had to succeed for the sake of her village. However, the challenges in the city soon began to overwhelm Zamani. Some students mocked her traditional village clothes, but she tried not to let it affect her, determined not to betray her village's trust. Her closest friend, Rina, guided her through the complexities of city life, but one day, Zamani couldn't help but wonder how Rina managed to live so comfortably. Rina had found a different way to earn money, but she never disclosed what it was. Zamani's curiosity grew day by day. One night, in desperation, she approached Rina and said, "Please, teach me too." Rina finally revealed the truth. Her work involved spending time with wealthy men in nightclubs. It was completely against all the values Zamani had grown up with. But hunger and desperation drove her to take this dangerous path. When Zamani first entered a nightclub, she was filled with fear, but also a strange sense of relief. A man handed her a large amount of money, and its coldness brought a warm excitement inside her. That night, as she returned home with a full pocket, she felt a step removed from the harsh realities of the city. Zamani's life began to change, albeit temporarily. She could now afford better meals, buy new clothes, and cover her school expenses more easily. Her confidence grew, and she started to feel more comfortable in the city. Perhaps everything has a price, she thought. Accepting Rina's reasoning, she became part of the city. Her dress, makeup, and newfound social circle made her almost unrecognizable. But this new life brought unexpected challenges. One night, she encountered a man who was more aggressive and threatening than the others. He tried to harm Zamani, but Rina and her friends managed to save her in time. This incident heightened Zamani's fears even further. The money she earned and the temporary comfort she enjoyed were now overshadowed by the looming dangers. The once bright city lights now seemed like reflections of the dark pit she had fallen into. Zamani soon started feeling increasingly weak. Her body grew frail and her stomach began to swell, not from mere bloating. As her condition worsened, Rina and the others decided to take Zamani back to her village. When they reached Ngoma, the villagers were shocked by Zamani's appearance. The once bright-eyed young girl was now a thin, sickly woman. Her swollen belly was seen by the elders as a consequence of violating sacred traditions. Hearing Zamani's story, the villagers decided to give her a second chance. The village healers began treating her with herbs and prayers. Over time, Zamani regained her strength and gave birth to a baby boy. Holding her son in her arms, she was not only a mother but also a symbol of the hope that the village had placed in her. Zamani returned not only physically but also spiritually healed. Now she was determined to build a better life for both herself and her child. She learned from the village women how to care for her son and sought opportunities to continue her education. Over the years, she became a symbol of hope once again. Zamani's story became a lesson passed down from generation to generation. In Ngoma village, every hardship can be an opportunity for rebirth. Thank you for joining Jum's journey and experiencing the power of acceptance and resilience with us. If you found her story inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more captivating tales ahead. Until next time, farewell.